What's the crazy story you're gonna tell us today?
I'm going to my car. Some random guy just comes up and pushes me. So I hit him.
Mm-hmm.
I get in my car.
Mm-hmm.
I go around the block. As I go around the block, his friend's shooting at me. Shot at me 17 times.
17 times.
17 times. I seen the radio fly out. Because, you know, it's one in Pioneer. Wow, radio flies out. I didn't know I was shot.
How you doing, everyone? We have a channel, Start CDL, and we have a program called Mile Zero. Claudio in our room today. How you doing, Claudio?
Good.
You're doing good. Where you come from to us? Like where you was born and raised?
I was born and raised here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
So native Philadelphia.
Yes.
Awesome.
My parents were from Puerto Rico, and I was born here, yeah.
And you speak two languages. That's what you told
Yes, Spanish and English. Read and write both fluently.
Awesome, awesome. How you become to get an idea to become a truck driver? What's the history behind?
Well, when I was younger, my dad used to be a truck driver. He wasn't a tractor trailer driver, but he worked for a company that used to drive trucks. I must have been like 10 years old. And he used to take me with him, and I just loved the fact that he would go places and see different parts of the city, parts of the state, and I really liked that. But then he got injured, and we couldn't do that no more.
So what's job you do before you come here?
Me and him, we opened up an auto repair shop, and we worked that about 20 years.
So super long time.
Yes.
You know everything about the cars then?
Pretty much.
Pretty much. How many kids do you have? You told me you have
I have three.
3 kids. And what's the oldest?
He's 26.
26. And you said you're 43, right?
Yes.
Right, so you got first kid around like 15 years old?
14.
14, 15. Yeah, it's
A long time ago.
A long time ago, yeah. And you said you were struggling on that time.
Yeah, I had to leave high school, had to go to work. I wound up getting my GED when I was around 23, 24.
So you become older than everybody else.
Yeah.
You know, faster than everybody else.
And grow up fast.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Make you more serious.
Yeah.
On the things.
Yeah.
Before.
You learn fast. You gotta learn fast. It's not, take your time, enjoy your childhood. No, go to work. My first job was actually at the dollar store.
Okay.
For $4.25 an hour.
$4.25 an hour.
$4.25.
We didn't.
Putting cans on the shelf.
How long ago it was? Like.
We're talking about maybe 1995.
1995. The minimum salary right now it's $8.75 in Philadelphia.
I think it's $7.50.
Yeah, something like that. In New York, I know it's $15 per hour.
Yeah, big difference.
Big difference, yeah.
It's almost $11.
Is your parents help you with the kids when you was,
Yes and no, because they really wanted me to learn. They really wanted me to learn for, they would say it was a mistake on my behalf for not enjoying my childhood. For moving so fast, not thinking about my future.
But mistake already happened. Why they want to teach you about that?
My parents were, how would I say, they weren't young. They were kind of older, so they were more old school.
Okay.
They were more strict. My mom, she was a church lady.
Wow.
My father, he used to drink, so he stopped, and he was still, by the book. Mm-hmm. No, you did this, you have to learn. You have to man up. Mm-hmm. And from there, he gave me advice. Yes, he gave me advice. He told me how to do things, how to proceed with certain things, as a father should teach your son about life. And yes, he did that. But as far as help, he tried to let me do it so I could learn hands-on.
What's your dream? Where do you see you in 5 years? Let's say this. Right?
In 5 years, I want to become an owner-operator. Okay. I want to own my own truck, maybe my own trucking business. Own 2 or 3 trucks. Me personally, I want to continue to drive the truck. I want to travel the country. Mm-hmm. I want to go back and forth from California to New York, from New York to California, to Texas to Montana.
What's the favorite place which you want to visit and where you was so far?
The furthest I've been in the United States has been Florida, driving. Furthest north, I've been to Boston. But going to the west, probably Pittsburgh.
Wow.
So I still got a lot of coverage. I got a lot to cover.
Right. And I, believe it or not, I heard a lot of stories from the people who was born and raised in America, never living in a city.
Okay.
So yeah, it's there's a lot of place to see.
Yeah.
You can see that in TV, but you can see that physically.
Yeah. And that's what I want to do.
Right.
That's what I want to see. It's kind of a bucket list. It's kind of my bucket list.
Do you have a to-do list? What you want to do? Like things, what step by step, what you want to go through?
I do and I don't. It's more mentally. I have it here. Like every day I wake up and I try to set myself a different goal.
Right.
Like today I want to. Let's say I come to class and I want to finish my precept.
Okay.
And I want to master the alley dot, and every day. And then I think about my future when I sit down at home and I talk to my wife and I look at my wife and I tell her, babe, we out. I'm going to buy a truck and we're going to go. She's
awesome.
like, okay. And right now that's what I'm working towards. I'm working to get the CDL, get the truck.
There's a super big truck, like with the sleeper for two people, with the freeze, with the shower inside.
I've seen that.
Have you seen that, right?
I've seen that.
So you basically can have your wife and you drive together and enjoy it if you like that so much. So it's a super expensive truck, but you can make your money and drive through the country. That's awesome. Yeah. What's the crazy story you're gonna tell us today? Like what's happened during your raising in Philadelphia?
In Philadelphia?
Yeah.
Well, I've been robbed. I've been stuck up, just walking with my friend. I'm eating some Chinese food.
Right.
I tell my friend we're getting the food in a restaurant. I tell my friend the guys come in, they go back out. I tell my friend like, be ready because we're gonna get stuck up. He's like, nah, we cool. We go outside, we start walking down the street. They pull up on a bike, put the gun to my stomach. You know what it is.
Wow.
I don't have nothing.
Right.
Oh, you think I'm playing with you? Yeah, I know you're not playing, but I don't have nothing, brother. See my friend, they got him gripped up. They take his money and they go. That was one.
Wow.
And then one time I go see my friend, knock on his door. He's not there. I come back down, my car's double parked. And as I'm going to my car, some random guy just comes up and pushes me. So I hit him. I get in my car. I go around the block. As I go around the block, his friend's shooting at me. Shot at me 17 times.
17 times?
17 times. I seen the radio fly out. Because, it's one I'm pioneering. Wow, radio flies out. I didn't know I was shot. I didn't know. I'm looking. And I keep driving. And next thing you know, I go like this. I feel my leg. And I see his blood. I'm like, oh, man. I go like this. And my back starts hurting. I got shot in my back. I get to the hospital.
By yourself?
By myself.
Wow.
My car's leaking gas. So I'm driving all the way to the hospital, leaking gas.
Wow.
Ready to blow up. And when I get to the hospital, I get out the car. And I'm thinking nothing. My leg breaks.
Oh.
I couldn't even walk. I had a hop. I'm in excruciating pain because I never broke a bone. Didn't know what that felt like to that day. As I go in the hospital, I go in the wrong entrance, not an emergency room, I'm going through the main entrance. The security guard puts me in a chair with wheels, not even a wheelchair, a regular office chair, and takes me to trauma.
Wow.
And I spent 6 weeks in the cast from here to the tip of my toes, locked in a room.
You got lucky, man.
I was lucky. And I count my blessings for that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been here right now.
Wow. What's the funniest story? Let's put that to the side.
The funniest?
And what's happening in Philadelphia? Like, you know, I just moved here 10 years ago.
Okay.
You know, and I live in Northeast, which is kind of quiet area. We not heard a lot, like, you know, some history here. So nothing happened in that 10 years when I'm here.
No, you didn't see the Super Bowl?
I did.
When the Eagles won the Super Bowl?
I did.
That was a good time in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
That's the only time that I've seen where everybody got along.
Right.
But so many people were on Broad Street for that parade that they didn't fight, that no fights broke out, only because the Eagles won the Super Bowl. Was you here when the Phillies won the World Series?
I didn't remember that time. I didn't watch it.
That was another good time. That was a
Right.
real good time. You know, Philadelphia is a real sports team.
Right.
We love our Eagles, we love our Phillies, our Sixers. And when they win, everybody gets along.
Wow. Yeah.
That's about the best time there is in Philadelphia.
What's your favorite team except the Philadelphia teams, Phillies?
No other one.
No other one.
It's on Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. Okay.
I don't like the Cowboys. I don't like the Giants.
Do you like boxing?
I love boxing.
Who do you know, like from like boxing team, like a heavyweight, lightweight?
Well, when I own my own business,
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you know who Danny Garcia is.
Of course.
His father,
Uh-huh.
Angel Garcia, he was a customer.
Wow.
I would inspect his trucks and his cars and stuff. He was there. He was almost a regular.
Danny Garcia, he's a young guy.
Young guy, real young guy. He's
Yeah.
really good too.
And he was born in here?
Born and raised in Philly.
Really?
Philly bred, yeah.
Yeah, that's the next opponent for Vasily Lomachenko.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know Vasily Lomachenko? You don't?
I've heard of him.
Yeah, it's Loma. So yeah, that's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Listen, was really a pleasure to meet you, and
Yes.
thank you.
Yeah.
You and you know become a part of our family of Start CDL. We glad to have a person like you. Like I said in the previous videos, the Start CDL is taking all the best from the world in here. Thank you.
Yeah.
You're the best. Appreciate it.